in the recuperation of stolen cultural property. So the first pillar is to provide for preventative measures to prevent these cultural artifacts being restolen or being exported from one country to another. So they to hold it. Now, the second one is the restitution, that there must be collaboration with two state parties, signatories. And guess what? Germany is a signatory state to the UNESCO 1970 Convention. Britain is a signatory to the UNESCO 1970 Convention. Switzerland is there. France is there. Nigeria is even there. So I wonder, and of course, let me just finish the third pillar, because I stated the third pillar. The third pillar is that international cooperation in an attempt by the convention to strengthen international ties between the states. So what we are dealing with here is that the convention itself recognizes collaboration and cooperation within states. So what the German authorities are doing is inconsistent with this convention. Now, I want to also add that the Oba of Benin, Oba Latokbe, he said, he can't tie the program in a way, the king, the Oba Palace is not a private person as such. For the German government authorities to start insinuating that, that the artifacts that belong to our great Oba, what they did to our king. The Oba's palace is not a private place. He is the representative of the culture and tradition of the Benin people. And
of the West Africa.
Of the West Africa. An important spiritual leader and identification figure for the whole community.
Yes.
For the whole community. So this insinuation should stop. And I think I support what the Professor Igbenewaka has suggested. That considering that we now have a status quo, that there's a decree that entrusts the ownership of those artifacts, the custody of those artifacts to the original source, which is what restitution it is, that the federal government, an appeal to the current president of Nigeria, President Tinubu, and the House of Senate, and the House of Representatives, that a letter be issued not just to the German authorities, but to the British authorities, that we have a consensus in Nigeria, that we have reached a consensus in Nigeria as to how we intend to deal with those artifacts, and that under no circumstances should they attempt to dictate to the sovereign state of Nigeria how we go about properties or artifacts of Benin bronzes that they stole and looted from Benin.
Yes.
Those artifacts were taken illegally and unlawfully from the federal, I won't say the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I'm going to change my word. From the United Kingdom of Great Benin Empire.
Yes. Thank you.
This message is being sent to the international community that they cannot rewrite history. And all those who are involved in this backstabbing or going behind and reaching contrary deeds with the German authorities, they must refrain. The federal government must ask them to refrain, and that they cannot rewrite history. And the history has been done. Our people were murdered during the 1897 expedition. We lost most of our ancestors. They took our king of to Calabar, where he died. Those properties were stolen, and we want them back. And they should be returned to the United Kingdom of Great Benin Empire unconditionally, because they were not given to them on consent of the Oba of Benin or the people of the Benin Kingdom.
Thank you.
That is all I'm going to say. I want to say it again. I've said this repeatedly in this program. Those individuals who are in the Benin Kingdom, who are orchestrating this backlash or trying to insinuate that they have any kind of lawful ownership over these artifacts, they must realize how those artifacts, those Benin bronzes, were produced. They were commissioned by the then sitting king of that kingdom. And that kingdom was a sovereign nation when those artifacts were stolen. That's where I will end today.
Barrister
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Yes. Yes. So if anybody has anything to add to that.
I can only just chip in.
Yes, go ahead.
Am I permitted?
Yes, go ahead.
Yes. Thank you very much, Barrister. Thank you very much, Prof. Mommy, thank you, Ye Nogie. I can only chip in. It says that, honestly, it is extremely wrong.
Yes.
The barrister has made it very clear. It is extremely wrong for these thieves. I refer to them as thieves or looters and offenders, giving condition to the rightful owners. That where do you wish to place? Oh, you now he wants to return this work. He's asking you, those are the things. They have no right to ask how we are going to keep this work. The custodian of this works rightfully named is the Oba of Benin, Oba Latokwe.
Yes, sir.